Mabuhay! I'm Jelly Isa Shana Estilio and we will talk about Batanes, which are group chosen to be part of this discussion. So let's give a brief introduction about Batanes. The Batanes group of islands is located at the northernmost tip of the Philippine territory. It is known for scenic waters and terrain and clean environment. Batanes is also recognized for unique culture of the island's first settlers, which is the Batans. Batanes is open for swimming, snorkeling, diving, lighthouse visit, biking, and even visit to country's old Ivatan houses. The province of Batanes is an archipelago province in the region of Cagayan Valley. It is the northernmost province of the Philippines and is also the smallest province, both in terms of population and land area. The provincial capital is Basco on Batan Islands, which is Batanes is also known as the home of the winds because of its calm and windy weather. Thanks to the Philippine geography, it has preserved its postcard-perfect scenery, friendly culture, and simple way of living, even though it is not accessible as other destinations. It is still one of the top Luzon tourist spots. Keep on watching as we explain the laws that will help to promote and raise the province of Batanes, from Article 1 to Article 9 of the UNWTO, and other laws that we tackled during the whole semester. Take it away, Miss Angel.
Mabuhay everyone, this is Angel and I'm with my partner Andre to discuss the relation of UNWTO tourism contribution to mutual understanding and respect between people and societies. So what makes a place beautiful? Is it the wonders of nature? Or it is the culture and history? Or it is the prominent landmark and tourist attraction? Well, aside from all of that, for me, it is the people. Since Batanes is known for its honest people, panoramic views, scenic islands, terrain, cultures, heritage, wildlife, and clean environment. So in relation to that, we want to carry through the notions of the UNWTO Article 1 to arises and protect the province of Batanes. Right, partner?
Right, so according to the UNWTO, Article 1, understanding and promotion of the ethical values common to humanity with an attitude of tolerance and respect for the diversity of religious and moral beliefs are both the foundation and the consequences of responsible tourism. Tourism development and tourists themselves should observe the social and cultural traditions and practices of all peoples, including those of minorities and indigenous people, and to recognize their worth. Example, relating Batanes to Batanes. People have high respect for their culture, which showcases their love for their heritage, cultures, and traditions, like their dedication to exert efforts to uphold their cultural heritage, like old stone houses that are still being preserved until today, to showcase the Ivatan tradition of building a sturdy house that can stand any strong typhoons. In addition, the vacuoles or the traditional headdresses of women are still being worn today to protect them from the sun or rain. By implementing this law of UNWTO, we are able to help to showcase the beauty of our locality, cultures, nature, heritage, and love and dedication of our greatest, priceless assets. Now, what do you think we should implement next, partner?
Well, I think, partner, we should implement Article 1, Number 5 of UNWTO that stated tourists and visitors should not commit any criminal act or any act considered criminal by the law of the country visited and abstain from any conduct be offensive or injurious by the local population or likely to damage the local environment. Example, the people in Batanes are known from being trustworthy and honest. Therefore, it is crucial to implement this law in order to protect Ivatan's from being abused and manipulation at the hands of the visitor. Don't let them lose faith in us, since they believe everyone is kind. Furthermore, one of the favorite spots of the tourists is the Honesty Store, which is very popular in Batanes, where people can buy goods without rendering payment to a person, but instead they can leave them either in a small box or with the cashier themselves, because in Batanes, honesty is their core values. Also, a little trivia, did you know Batanes is known to be zero crime tourist destination? No wonder this place is among the favorite of travelers, because the evidence say that if a person commits a crime, it will be known throughout the entire province or island, and it will be considered disgrace to one's family or entire community. They will be evicted from the place or forced to move to another island because of shame. Since crime is unusual in Batanes, homestay or houses are often left unlocked, and old houses in South Town are often left open without worry about danger or thieves.
Good day everyone, I am Queenie Dayan with my partner Therese, and we will discuss the Article 3 of UNDO as tourism, a factor of sustainable development tourism. And according to UNDO, the host communities and on the other hand, the local professionals on the other should acquaint themselves with respect the tourists who visit to them and find out about their lifestyle, tastes, and expectation. The education and training imparted to the professionals contribute to a hospitable welcome. Like for example, together with the local government, their objective was to develop a marketing and branding strategy to introduce Batanes as a sought-after tourist destination while ensuring sustainable tourism practices to preserve the province heritage and culture. And did you know that Batanes have a Batanes Responsible Act or Batanes Responsible Tourism Act, wherein in Section 2, it said there that the state is further mandated to promote the ecological, sustainable, responsible, participative, and culturally sensitive, economically viable, and equitable for local communities. And by implementing the Article 3 of UNDO, the broad scope of Batanes Responsible Act or Tourism Act will be strengthened and will preserve the breathtaking sceneries, empower the culture and traditions, and promote the undeniable beauty of the province of Batanes. How about you, Therese? What are the things we can add to implement for the betterment of Batanes?
Thank you so much, Queenie. I agree with you. Aside from what you've discussed, I really think that Article 3 of UNWTO should be applied to the beautiful province of Batanes, especially the Article 3 number 4, which states that tourism infrastructure should be designed and tourism activities programmed in such a way as to protect the natural heritage composed of ecosystems and biodiversity, and to preserve the endangered species of wildlife. The stakeholders in tourism development, and especially professionals, should agree to the imposition of limitations or constraints on their activities when these are exercised in particularly sensitive areas, desert, polar or high mountain regions, coastal areas, tropical forests or wetlands, propitious to the creation of nature reserve or protected areas. Batanes is known for its scenic waters and terrain and clean environment. But some reviews said that there are many things that lacks in Batanes. Lack of good hotels, frequent brownouts, a sporadic cell phone signal, or lack of it outside the capital. Tourism infrastructure such as hotel, travel bureau, guides, transport facilities like roads, supply system, telephone supply, and sewage system, and etc. should be implemented. By means of this approach, natural, cultural, and economic resources can be allocated or used in sustainable manner. These developments in Batanes enable citizens to participate in the social and economic community and provides them with necessities while sustaining the development of tourism.
Mabuhay everyone! My name is Cherry. We will now discuss about Article 4 of the United Nations World Tourism Organizations with my partner Christine. Article 4 of MWTO establishes the objectives of the organizations. The objective of the organization shall be to promote the protection of the heritage and the fostering of cultural pluralism. One example of a law that could be implemented to the province of Batanes is to promote the protection of heritage and foster cultural pluralism that requires the preservation and maintenance of historic sites, monuments, and artifacts that are significant to a community's cultural heritage of Batanes. This could include provisions for the identification and protection of culturally significant areas, structures, and objects, as well as the establishment of guidelines for their preservation and maintenance. Another aspect of such a law could be to promote to the Batanes is the recognition and celebration of diverse cultural traditions through the creation of cultural festivals, events, and activities that highlight the unique cultural heritage of the community. This could involve providing funding or support for local cultural organizations and initiatives, as well as encouraging public education and engagement with cultural diversity. Overall, such a law could help to promote the preservation and celebration of cultural heritage, which also fostering greater understanding and appreciation of cultural diversity within a community. How about you, partner Christine? What law is in your mind that we can implement too?
Mabuhay everyone! My name is Christine K. Cabentoy, and I will also discuss about the Article 4 of the UNWTO, or the United Nations World Tourism Organization. For me, partner, we can also implement here the Article 4 of the UNWTO that establishes the objectives of the organization that shall be to promote the safeguarding of the natural environment in the interests of the present and future generations. I think another example of a law that could be implemented to the province of Batanes is to promote the safeguarding of the natural environment in the interests of the present and future generations of the province. And I think that will be the Environmental Protection and Management Act that aims to provide the preventive and corrective measures for the control and mitigation of all forms of environmental degradation or pollution, as well as to promote and encourage a better understanding in the appreciation of the environment among all people. That requires decisions pertaining to the environment that are made in an integrated manner in collaboration with appropriate authorities, non-governmental organizations, and other persons in the municipal of Batanes. To sum up, I think this act will support the province of Batanes in regulating social relations regarding the collection and the access to environmental information, as well as the rights and obligations of the state, municipalities, juristic, and natural persons regarding environmental protection that will benefit the future generations.
Lastly, the Article 9. It's all about the right of the workers and entrepreneur in the tourist industry. It indicates that even the small businesses or local businesses in Batanes, like the resident live in Batanes, have a right to work or serve to the tourists. For example, to be a local tour guide for the tourists who want to tour in the particular destination or tourist spot in Batanes. And also, it's helped to promote and show our treasure via offering service like teaching how to snorkeling, because Batanes is known for its scenic water, terrain, and clean environment, and that's why this is the place of the best snorkeling in the Philippines. As our group want to implement the right of the workers and entrepreneur, we want to boost the economy of Batanes by promoting the local entrepreneur and businesses in Batanes through their own product and services, because we want to still preserve what Batanes has. As connected to civil law, there should be a relationship between the local community and local government. When it comes to promoting workers and entrepreneurs in Batanes,
Sometimes the decision of local government is not connected or want by the local community. As for the right of the workers, there should be a strict implementation on the boosting and promoting of business areas in the province as well as promoting in culture.
Moreover, this article also helps our tourism industry earn more income because of the entrepreneurs who work in Batanes. The tourism industry will earn profits and the owner of the business will pay taxes to the government of Batanes. Furthermore, it helps to improve the tourism attraction in Batanes, preserve and sustain the heritage houses, prevent the cleanliness of environment in Batanes, and provide other services related to tourism. This is the example that shows not only in the tourism industry but also in tourist people who go to Batanes. The businesses of entrepreneurs might be helped in the way that you can get a complete meal for only 50 pesos. Accommodation is also affordable since there are lodges that caters to tourists who are trying to minimize their daily spending. This is very helpful because the flight fare is already expensive. The fundamental rights of salaried and self-employed workers in tourism industry and related activities should be guaranteed under the supervision of national and local administrations, both of their state of origin and the host countries with particular care, given the specific constraints linked to particular seasonality of their activity, the global dimension of their industry and flexibility often required of them by the nature of their work. Partnership and establishment of balanced relations between two enterprises of generating and receiving countries contribute to the sustainable development of tourism and an equitable distribution of benefits of its growth. As I mentioned earlier, it is helpful for the tourists to minimize the daily spending when visiting the province because flight is already expensive. As part of the commercial law, which is partnership, we want to implement flights accommodation to visit Batanes. Partnership with our flag carrier, Philippine Airlines, and the local community in Batanes. This will help the province to have more tourists coming to the province, but with restrictions, because we will strictly implement the law of preserving and conserving the province itself.
Furthermore, this Article 9 is connected to the labor law, which is a legal code that determines all employment practices and labor relations in the Philippines. This is to help protect employees and employer while ensuring that neither is subject to unfair treatment or exploitation.
Also, in the political law, which is the branch of public law, which deals with the organizations and operations of the governmental organs of the states. And it defines the relationship of the states with its inhabitants of its territory. Or in short, we are talking about here is the state and relationship of that particular government to their inhabitants. Just like in Batanes, there can be no state without a fixed territory. People need territory to live and organize themselves socially and politically. It may be remembered that the territory of the states include land, water, and airspace.
One fact about Batanes is we have a few flights. There are only a few flights going to Batanes from anywhere in the Philippines, which is actually not bad. It's good to have control over tourism to protect the raw beauty of the place. If there were countless flights to Batanes per day, there will be a chaos. However,
Allowing accessibility would also means that cheaper travel fares and the boost of tourism in Batanes. As mentioned earlier, our implementation is to have a commercial law of having partner with our flag carrier, the Philippines Airlines, to have accessibility to the province with still strict implementation.
Next is splendid view of the ocean. The view of the ocean is typically one because the Philippines is surrounded by a large body of water. Since the country consists of smaller islands, seeing beaches even in big cities is normal. Batanes, however, provides a pinch of the almost unrealistic view of nature. We will use that to implement of Article 12, Section 2 of the 1987 Constitution, which states that the state shall protect the nation marine wealth in its archipelagic waters, territorial sea, and exclusive economic zone, and reserve its use and enjoyment exclusively to Filipino citizens. Because pollution of the marine resources and the country's vital waterways threaten the very subsistence of country's men, and they miss the future generations' chance of clean and healthy ecology. In addition, pollution brings with its danger to one's health, with consequences of uncertain and some unresolved.
Raw and untouched natural beauty. Unlike many tourist spots in the country, Batanes remained to be at its rawest form since it has only opened indoors to many tourists just recently. It's paid to have very limited access to the island after all. This is the part of the objectives of the organization shall be to promote, to protect of the heritage and the fostering of cultural pluralism.
As we are at the end of our video discussion, we want to thank everyone for finishing and appreciating our video presentation. We hope that you are able to understand and learn new things and implement the law in the beautiful province of Batanes. See you again! Vamos Turismo!